Deathmatch. Warm up.
What do you say, drone? Ready to stretch your wings?
Fight!
Track them down. No more. Sleep, brother. Three gone. Now four.
Dominating.
Shot down. Gone. Enemy down. Taken out. Down. silent.
5 kills remaining.
Die.
1 kill remaining.
Good. Next time, better.
Come to terms with what he said. This post is literally the reason that before 2020, 90+% of you watching this right now were not playing chess or following chess. It's like we can't get out of our own way. Okay? People come into this channel top of funnel. They come to this channel from the YouTube algorithm or another algorithm, and then they spread out. Maybe they take lessons. Maybe they watch some other stuff. Maybe they just enjoy chess casually. Maybe they get up to 2,400. Guess what? They're gonna go find Sagar Shah. They're gonna go find a bunch of other chess YouTube channels. And that's completely fine.
Match found.
And life goes on. I couldn't believe this was posted. Like, fundamentally, this is the problem of the chess world. We do not make it more accessible. That is the only thing I want to do on this channel. So that is the context. Now, if I have said anything wrong or out of line,
You have good taste.
I'm open to hearing feedback. But I thought a good thing to do would be to invite Mr. S himself, Sagar Shah, onto the channel. And we can talk about this. And before I do that, he actually responded to this with a post from his personal Twitter page. Sagar said, I usually do not write on my personal Twitter handle very often, but today I want to share something that I deeply believe in. We are all working together to push chess in a positive direction. Here's how I see it. About FIDE, he said, FIDE events are some of the most exciting events in the world, right from the World Cup, Chess Olympiad, World Rapid and Blitz, Candidates, World Championships, and so on. Not to forget, they secure sponsors, do wonderful social projects, age group championships consistently where new talents can shine, always trying to be inclusive and is trying to do best to make the chess world grow in the right direction. The work done by them is extremely critical for chess as a sport. Chess-based India has benefited and grown immensely from the coverage of FIDE events over several years. Gotham Chess is one of the most valuable people in the chess ecosystem. He caters to a very wide audience in chess. Imagine getting close to 500,000 views on every single video on a daily basis. His work ethic and consistency is tremendous. He is definitely doing something special that no one in the chess world has been able to. So many creators benefit immensely as Gotham Chess manages to bring chess into the lives of so many new people. They eventually do come and watch many of the other videos on our page and other channels that cater to the on-ground coverage of professional events. Be it chess organizations, creators, top players, it is clear we're all helping each other and pushing the chess ecosystem in the right direction in our own special ways. I think it is futile to think who has contributed more to the cause of popularizing chess. We need to be appreciative of every single entity that has contributed positively to the sport. I also want to thank every single chess fan who has dedicated their time to chess to make the sport popular and meaningful. In my opinion, millions of people and thousands of organizations have played a role to make chess reach where it is today. I respect all of them immensely. Of course, that is a very mature, well thought out take, and if I could have said it myself during this video, I would have. That was very well said. And so I thought, hey, rather than pitting us against each other, why don't we talk about it on video and rise above all of this? Because, again, my quote was not intended to put me above anybody else. My quote was a reference to a previous conversation that I had about very limited individuals in the chess world.
They found my trap.
Saga, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Levi. Thank you so much. Just back from London.
You know, we can actually just jump right in. Because we were talking about now we hit the record.
Spike planted.
And I'm going to ask you a few things about our content, our role in the chess ecosystem. You got a new job while in London. You became Chess VAR. You became the Chess Instant Replay for controversial tournaments. That was the most controversial tournament I have ever seen. I think there were like 10 controversies. Touch move, talking during the game because the score is not getting updated.
Last player standing.
Arriving late and then restarting. So, how was London, and how was it to replay footage for the organizers?
I think overall, like, whenever there's rapid and you have more than like
This place is
like
nice,
300,
but not nice
400
enough to
players
die in.
playing,
Let's
it's
win and get
always
out of
a
here.
place where something or the other goes wrong.
Who will I spot
I've seen
first?
this happening at World Rapid and Blitz. There are like many videos which we have from 2022, 23, and also it happened here because I think it's so quick. There are so many touch to move things. And I guess to have like cameras everywhere is very difficult. But somehow, you know, we were given the access and we had it placed on some places, and I'm glad that we could be useful for this purpose.
Me too. I really enjoy the behind the scenes. You get all the spicy moments. I think the chess players still haven't quite realized that you are always there, maybe except in the toilet. And so they might not even realize they are being recorded saying these sarcastic things, and then it's going to get posted, and then it's going to have a good YouTube title, and you get a little bit of this behind the scenes. So keep doing it until they get enough media training that they just tell them, shut up, never speak again.
No,
you know?
no, I think they know it well now. It's going on since years now. So sometimes you know the camera is right at their face and they say it. So I know that many of them know that it is being recorded, and they just. It's nice that many of them just be themselves. It's nice to see that.
Yeah, it was very fun to watch.
Match found.
And as you were traveling back, we got a little appetizer of a chess drama. I think of all the chess dramas that have happened recently between slamming tables and so on, this one is a little bit mild. But I wanted to ask you to join me for this conversation. Not that you needed to, you were hardly involved. I was sort of the entire reason that it happened, because I was interviewed and I was asked about the chess world, and my quote was essentially saying that there are people out there who are casual chess fans who might only know and have quoted directly to me that they know Magnus Hikaru and me because they just watch chess kind of in the YouTube ecosystem. They know some content creators. And then I also went on to say that if they're from India, obviously they know Dukesh, they know Prod, they know Kana, they know you. It's just people are limited in what they know in the chess world in terms of following it on a day-to-day basis. And then there was a tweet from actually two tweets. And one of them was not so subtly comparing both of our channels. So where were you when you saw this post? And what was your first reaction? Because you made a very mature, very well thought out response. But where were you and what was your first reaction?
I think I just got off the flight from London when I saw your message, and that is when I checked the tweet. For me personally, I truly believe, and what I wrote in the message on the Twitter, that it's very difficult for either you or anyone else to compare if myself included, to compare anyone who's adding positively to the chess ecosystem. It's very difficult to say who's doing more or who's doing less, because at the end of the day there are so many people who are contributing to the growth of the sport.
The weight of our
that
mission
sometimes it
is upon
becomes
us
very
now.
difficult to quantify it. And I personally do feel that because we have this space, which is like we are content creators, we are right in front of the camera, we have like a lot more recognizability than, let's say, someone like a legend like, let's say, Mark Doretsky, who used to write the books, and they were written like amazing books, and people could read and improve. So perhaps it's just the kind of era we are in right now, that content has assumed so much importance, and all of this, like we have the cameras and so on, that this has our role has become more important. But there are so many people working behind the scenes. So my first thought is that this sort of comparing might not be so easy to chess. Is a very difficult thing, just like that, and there are many different ways in which people are coming and